Secret. So it is July 5th, 2016, and welcome to the Tour of the Office Tuesday with me, your host, and Jacqueline behind the camera. Say hello, Jacqueline.
Hello.
I am actually joining you from a recorded video that happened last week because I'm at Massanutten Middle School Conference as co-director of the July Conference. It's a great camp and conference center. If you want to send your 6th through rising 8th grader to it, you can do that next year because it's happening right now. So anyway, I'm there right now and we are recording a couple of these videos so that you have a fresh Tour of the Office Tuesday, because I know you're waiting on them. And I wanted to show you this very special piece in my office. This is a little wooden painted knick-knack from the last church that I served, Williamsburg Presbyterian Church in Williamsburg, Virginia, the place that you go on vacation and nobody ever has as good a time as they want to have because, you know, you can only be around a blacksmith for, 20 or 30 minutes before your vacation's kind of ruined and the kids are crying. But it is a neat place to live, and what's really neat about it is this church. This is the first church that I served. I served Williamsburg Presbyterian Church as their director of Christian education, and what that meant was that I tell people that I was in charge of all official learning about God that happened at this church, and I was always looking for the unsanctioned learning about God. I'm just kidding, but I was in charge of adult education, youth group, the nursery for some terrifying reason, and children's ministry, as well as the library, strangely, and it was just a blast. I love this church. I love the people at this church. The pastors there are great. John Morgan, Harold McKeithen, Rachel A. Bear were just awesome colleagues. This was the first place that I served in a full-time capacity after seminary, and it was just the most formative place for me to serve. I loved this church, and the lay leaders there were awesome. I did children's messages with this ugly cat puppet named Clarence the Christian Cat, and that was fun. I love that place. And I think about Williamsburg quite often, just because they were so instrumental and so understanding and supportive as I discerned that God was calling me away from this place, which I very much love, to Knoxville, which I also love. It's a really weird thing to discern God's call when you are happy in a place, you're happy in a position, you feel fulfilled, you feel like you're growing, and then God does what God usually does in situations like that and makes it complicated. And for me, I felt like God was calling me to be a pastor, to be an ordained teaching elder in the Church of Jesus Christ. And that's the way I responded to that, was to come here to UKirk and be the campus minister and to serve the Presbytery of East Tennessee. Come by my office and we can have a conversation. I'll see you next week. Quiet on set. I'm built like Wilson. Hey, neighbor. So, ready to do over?
I haven't stopped, so just go. I'll just edit it out.
Oh, I'm sure you'll edit it. Yeah, I'm sure I'll see these again.